رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum students. I am here with another new English lecture of grade 9. Today's English lecture is about poem number 2 of your textbook, The Daffodils. Introduction. The adorable, beautiful poem, The Daffodils, was written by an English poet, William Wordsworth. He was born in Cockermouth, beautiful Lake District of England in 1770. As he was very fond of flowers, birds, lakes, rocks, and rivers, so he wrote poems on them and got a title of the Poet of Nature. The names of his well-known poems are Lucy Gray, The Solitary Reaper, Perfect Woman. He died in 1850 at Rydal Mount and Gardens, United Kingdom. Stanza number 1. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on higher vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, flirting and dancing in the breeze. Well, students, as we know that William Wordsworth was very fond of nature's beauty, so for this purpose he often used to visit different valleys. In these lines, the poet is comparing himself to clouds by saying that once he was walking here and there aimlessly like a floating cloud, just to enjoy the nature's beauty. In the meanwhile, a host of golden daffodils captured his sight. They were growing in great number under the green trees and beside the beautiful lake. They were moving by wind in such a beautiful manner as they were dancing with joy. The poet, mesmerized by the beautiful scene of daffodils so much that he wrote a poem on them. Stanza number 2 continues as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. In these lines, the poet is resembling the daffodils with the shining and sparkling stars of the galaxy. He tells that they were growing beside the lake in great quantity as they were growing in never-ending line. They were in host form. He guessed that perhaps 10,000 daffodils were seen by him in just a glance. They were tossing and moving themselves to and fro, and it seemed as they were dancing lively with joy and pleasure. That scene was unforgettable for him. Stanza number 3. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. In these lines, the poet compares the dance or movement of daffodils with the waves of water. He says that the performance of daffodils was better than the performance of waves. Daffodils were dancing happily more than the waves of lake. At that time, the poet was just speechless and mesmerized by the beautiful sight. He could not do anything except being cheerful. He mesmerized and kept gazing them and got a certain type of wealth of pleasure by the dancing show of waves and daffodils. He was just happy, content with the lively company of daffodils and waves. Stanza number 4. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon the inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills, and dancing with the daffodils. In these lines, the poet says that whenever he gets free time and lies on his couch just to take some rest, or whenever he is lonely in thoughtful mood, or if he thinks about some problems of his life, so suddenly the beautiful sight of dancing golden daffodils come in his mind and makes him happy. His heart fills with pleasure and joy by remembering that moments. As he starts thinking about the dancing, floating golden daffodils, so his heart also starts dancing by pleasure with them. Students, I believe that after listening the explanations you would have got the main idea of the daffodils. Well, the central idea of the daffodils is that the natural beauty leaves an everlasting impression to human mind and soul, and human soul feels relaxation and gets pleasure by it. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. My beloved students, as we all know that we human beings have an extraordinary aesthetic sense. We always get mesmerized by beauty of nature, whether it's a beautiful colorful flower, a smiley face, a giggling baby, or a heart-capturing natural beautiful scene. Nature's beauty has always been our weakness. It's a common saying that beauty lies in the eye of the beholder, which means beauty doesn't exist on its own, but it's created by observers. Nature's beauty gives us immense and lasting pleasure and makes us happy. And take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.